It was a flawless June morning in Miami when the call came through to my home office in Seattle. The Florida sun would be shining on the Palm Haven Resort, turning the ocean into a sparkling mirror. But inside the events office, tension crackled like static before a storm. My events manager Lisa's voice carried that familiar mix of professionalism and urgency.
Ava,
We've got a major issue with the Reynolds wedding party. The bride is demanding to live stream the full ceremony to her followers. She's causing a scene, insisting she knows the owner and deserves exceptions. She's demanding to speak to ownership right now. I set down my coffee, feeling the familiar twist in my stomach, not anxiety, but the sharp edge of irony. My older sister, Brooke Reynolds, the lifestyle influencer with over 1 million followers, had chosen Palm Haven for her destination wedding to Ethan Caldwell because it was exclusive, hard to book, and perfect for her content. She had no idea the resort was the flagship property of my company. "Transfer her through," I said, keeping my tone even. "I'll take it." As I waited for the connection, memories flooded in, slow and heavy at first. We grew up in suburban Denver. Close once. Brooke was 3 years older, the bold protector who defended me on the playground and listened to my teenage secrets. But when she moved to Los Angeles at 22, chasing influencer fame, everything shifted. Success became her identity, and I became the convenient contrast, the sister who stayed ordinary. I lived in a cozy one-bedroom apartment in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood. Nothing fancy, but mine. I drove a reliable 2018 Toyota Camry, perfect for the Pacific Northwest rain. The same one Brooke loved to mock in her stories as Ava's relic from another era. My role as operations coordinator at a mid-sized hotel group gave me deep insight into guest experiences, staffing, and efficiency. But in Brooke's world, it was just my sister's cute office job. Family dinners became her stage. At Thanksgiving, she'd swirl her wine and say, "Some people chase stars. Others are happy in the background." Our parents would glance away awkwardly. Mom changed the subject to Brooke's latest brand deal or trip to Santorini. Dad asked about her investment portfolio. I'd push food around my plate, wondering when I turned into the family's quiet warning story. Brooke wasn't always like this. Something in Los Angeles amplified what was already there, the hunger for validation. With each milestone, hitting 1 million followers, landing partnerships, moving into a Marina del Rey penthouse, she needed my life as the shadow to make her shine brighter. She posted my apartment as humble beginnings next to her luxury tours. She snapped my Camry beside her Tesla with captions like, "Started from the bottom." Cousin Tyler once pulled me aside at a reunion. "Why do you let her get away with it?" I shrugged. "Starting a war won't fix the family dynamic." She's the golden child now. Her success made our parents proud. They bragged about her at the country club. My steady paycheck was just baseline expectation. The family group chat was Brooke's highlight reel, Paris Fashion Week selfies, celebrity encounters, apartment tours in lifestyle blogs. Subtle jabs at me slipped in constantly. "Ava would love this place if only she could swing the bill." Thinking of my sister stuck in meetings while I'm on this Tulum beach. Some of us are built different. Everyone reacted with laughs and hearts. It felt like systematic belittling disguised as sisterly teasing. I tried pulling back, limiting contact to holidays, but Mom always drew me in. "Your sister misses you. You haven't liked her recent posts." As if engagement measured love. I could have pushed back. Mentioned her early failed ventures bankrolled by grandparents' trust money I declined. Highlighted the strategic networking behind her self-made image. But in family court, she was judge and jury. So I stayed silent, worked hard, and let assumptions linger. The extravagant wedding invitation arrived in March, delivered in a lavish box. Brooke was marrying Ethan at Palm Haven in the Florida Keys. Black tie, Destination luxury estimated at 6 figures. No +1 for me. No bridesmaid ask. The sting lingered. The group chat exploded with excitement. Dad noted Ethan's prominent Connecticut family. I stayed quiet. Accommodations came next. Wedding party in Ocean Suites. Extended family in Garden Views.
Me?
Staff quarters shared with an assistant. Resort is booked solid. Brooke texted when I questioned it. You're practical. Ava, you won't mind. The resort had hundreds of rooms. This was intentional. 2 weeks later, I RSVP'd no. Citing work commitments. Brooke didn't keep it private. Her Facebook post went viral in our circles. A photo of her in a wedding gown beside text about family who can't handle seeing success. She claimed I couldn't afford the flight. That jealousy blocked love. She mentioned offering affordable lodging. Comments flooded in. Her followers called me bitter and pathetic. Family chimed in with GoFundMe suggestions and guilt trips. Mom texted privately, suggesting I skip coffee runs. The humiliation dragged on. Brooke milked it with childhood throwbacks captioned about lost closeness and success revealing true colors. I became the cautionary tale. No one defended me publicly. I could have revealed everything then: the LLC I co-founded, the acquisitions, the quiet success. But I waited. The truth would emerge on its own terms. 1 year earlier, everything changed at a hospitality conference in Scottsdale. I spilled coffee on investor Marcus Hale's shoes during a break. Instead of anger, he laughed genuinely. We talked for hours about distressed properties, operational fixes, luxury without waste. Marcus had spotted a struggling boutique resort chain. Palm Haven was the flagship, prime location, beautiful architecture, terrible management. 3 months later, we partnered. I took majority ownership in Coastal Haven Hospitality after proving my operational value. We kept it discreet, no press, no announcements. I flew to Miami weekends for renovations while keeping my day job. Questions would invite scrutiny from Brooke, who might claim credit or sabotage. Marcus understood after meeting her once and seeing her condescension firsthand. The purchase closed quietly. We transformed the properties, better systems, top staff retained, guest experience elevated. By the time Brooke's invitation arrived, Palm Haven ran at near capacity with higher rates. My name sat on internal documents and contracts, not public records or the website. Brooke picked Palm Haven because her planner called it exclusive. In reality, it was standard booking with deposit. The irony thickened as her social countdown intensified: fittings, tastings, luxury boasts. Sorry for those who can't afford it, she posted. If only she knew who negotiated the deal, reviewed every clause, signed the deeds. I stayed calm. Let assumptions stand. The receipts would speak when ready. As June 15th neared, Brooke's frenzy peaked. Daily posts showcased preparations at her exclusive paradise. She name-dropped fake connections to pressure staff for upgrades beyond the contract: better linens, extra floral arrangements, private beach access. Staff handled it professionally, but reports reached me. In Seattle, I reviewed Hawaii expansion contracts when my phone buzzed repeatedly. Marcus was on site. You should see this, he texted with a link to Brooke's Instagram Live. She posed in rollers, champagne in hand, boasting about marrying at the most exclusive Florida spot. More texts followed. Brooke demanded the pool cleared for photos. Then the beach cordoned off. She claimed owner friendship to intimidate. Staff deflected politely. At 2:45 p.m., Marcus called. Voice tight. Situation escalating. Brooke wants to live stream the ceremony. Contract prohibits commercial filming without permits and fees. She's not accepting no. Background shouts carried Brooke's shrill demands. I'll handle it, I said. Transfer to Lisa's line. The call was brief. Lisa explained terms. I confirmed. Live streaming to 1 million followers was commercial use requiring triple fees on short notice. Brooke screeched.
I spent over $100,000 here.
Get me the owner. Lisa stayed calm. Connecting you now. My desk phone rang. I answered professionally. Palm Haven Resort Ownership Office. Brooke launched an entitlement. Listen. I'm Brooke Reynolds. Influencer with over 1 million followers. This wedding is featured in magazines. Your staff won't let me stream my own wedding. Do you know the publicity I'm giving this place? I let her rant, noting every threat and presumption. When she paused, I spoke. MS. Reynolds. I'm reviewing your contract. You signed terms prohibiting commercial filming without permits. Streaming qualifies as commercial. This is ridiculous. Connect me to the real owner. You're speaking with her. Silence stretched 3 seconds, then longer. Gears turned in her mind. Ava? This can't be real. You work a regular job. You live in a rental. You drive that old Camry. All true, I replied quietly. The job provides excellent market research. The apartment keeps me focused, no time for house hunting yet. The car is reliable. But
How?
hard work, smart investments, strong partnerships, without posting every step. Commotion erupted behind her, guests asking questions, Ethan's concerned voice. The planner calming chaos. You knew, Brooke accused. Voice rising. You let me book here without saying anything. Your planner booked through standard channels. Why interfere with legitimate business? You made me look like a fool. No.
Brooke.
You did that when you publicly humiliated me for being too poor and jealous to attend. Silence again. Then desperation. The live stream is already announced. Followers are waiting. Magazines expect content. Pay the additional fees in Section 12B, $25,000 for same-day commercial permit. That's extortion. That's business. Review the terms you signed. Her breath hitched. I pictured her perfect makeup cracking under rage and humiliation. Fix this.
Ava.
You're my sister. Interesting how I'm your sister now that you need something. You weren't when you told strangers I was too broke to celebrate you.
Ava.
Please. Terms are non-negotiable. Pay or proceed without streaming. Lisa can process payment. Congratulations on your wedding. I hung up. Marcus texted. Whole pool deck heard the screaming. Security on alert. I leaned back, staring at contracts. Somewhere in Miami. My sister realized the loser she mocked owned the ground under her heels. The failure she ridiculed held contract power. Family texts poured in confusion.
Demands.
I ignored them. Let Brooke explain. The ceremony proceeded without streaming. Marcus reported Brooke composed herself enough to walk the aisle. But her smile looked forced, voice shaky in vows. Reception stayed lavish yet subdued, her usual sparkle dimmed. Next morning, Mom called at 6:15 a.m. Pacific. Ava Reynolds. Explain yourself. Brooke is hysterical. You own the resort? You humiliated her on purpose. Good morning.
Mom.
I own it. No humiliation. She booked normally. I enforced the signed contract. Why hide it? Why the secret? When should I have told you? At dinners where my job was mocked? In the group chat where my life proved mediocrity? Mom's silence spoke volumes. This feels vindictive. The wedding was premium. Ocean ceremony. 5-star service. Just no free commercial rights. Calls continued. Dad expressed disappointment in deception. Aunts and uncles called it cruel. Cousins split between congratulations and judgment. The group chat exploded unread. 3 days later. Cousin Tyler forwarded a Reddit link. Influencer bride discovers sister owns wedding venue after mocking her poverty. Screenshots of Brooke's shaming post and meltdown snippets went viral. Comments celebrated the long game. The broke sister owned it all. Better than a movie. Story spread to Twitter,
TikTok,
news outlets. Brooke's image cracked. She called that evening, voice raw. You've ruined my reputation. My brand, everything. I didn't post screenshots or share the meltdown. I ran my business and lived quietly. You could have warned me, like you warned me before shaming me publicly. That was different.
how?
Silence. I'm your sister. The audacity, playing family card now. You're right. It makes it worse that you built your brand on my failure. Did you know someone anonymously tipped off my resort application last year about mental health issues and instability? Writing style matched your text to mom. Her intake of breath confirmed it. I was protecting the company. From your competent sister succeeding? You need to fix this, make a statement.
No.
You wanted spotlight. You got it. Every viral moment is yours. I could lose everything. Brands pulling. Ethan's family mortified. Part of me, the little sister who once idolized her, felt sympathy. But memories of humiliations, sabotages resurfaced. Then build something real that doesn't require making others small. She hung up. Family pressure mounted for weeks. Some argued I should have disclosed, given special treatment. Others noted I did nothing wrong except succeed quietly. Tyler summed it. She literally found out at her own wedding. Truthfully, I never planned revenge. I built quietly while her assumptions became her undoing. If honest, the unfolding felt like justice, not orchestrated, but delivered when hubris meets reality. Brooke built her kingdom on my supposed failure, never suspecting the foundation was mine. The family rift widened after the wedding. Sunday calls turned tense. Mom tried neutrality while Dad pushed for apology to restore harmony. The irony stung. Years of Brooke's public jabs never prompted intervention. But my success did. Aunt Karen broke ranks, forwarding an old email chain between Brooke and Mom from before my acquisition. Ava mentioned applying for a resort management role. She's not ready for that responsibility. Remember her college anxiety. Discourage her for her own good. I can reach out to contacts with a heads up about her history. Mom replied agreeing it was best Ava stayed realistic. Reading it crystallized years of gaslighting. Every concern about my limits. Every gentle discouragement was coordinated sabotage. I forwarded the emails to the entire family group without comment. The explosion was instant. Mom called, stumbling through justifications. Damage was irreversible. Family members shared suppressed stories. Cousin Janet recalled Brooke dominating my summa cum laude graduation by calling book smarts irrelevant while Mom agreed. Uncle Rob noted my senior promotion got zero mention in family updates dominated by Brooke's yoga retreat. The pattern was undeniable. Brooke's spotlight required dimming everyone else. Brooke counterattacked with a tearful Instagram video. My truth, betrayal, family, and starting over. She claimed I trapped her deliberately, manipulated the booking to humiliate her, that she always supported and motivated me. Comments turned against her with receipts, old mocking posts, Reddit threads, anonymous staff accounts of her entitled demands. One standout, projection is wild when evidence shows she tried sabotaging her sister's job. I decided to speak. Marcus asked if I was sure before my business podcast interview. They want acquisition strategy, I said. If personal topics arise naturally, I'll address them. I wore standard business casual, no flash. Host Diana Chen stayed professional initially, covering our vision, expansion, employee retention in luxury hospitality. Then, there's public interest in your story. Building quietly while maintaining privacy is fascinating. Can you speak to that? Privacy started as focus, I said calmly. Announcing moves invites complications in a competitive field. But it also became protection. When family ties success to their own narrative requiring others' failure, discretion preserves sanity. Are you referring to the recent situation? I'm speaking to patterns where one person's identity as the successful one needs others to stay small. It's toxic and limits families. Why speak now after silence? Silence was misinterpreted as guilt. Truth is simple. I acquired and improved a business. Continued living normally. My sister booked her wedding there. The mockery, humiliation, meltdown, those were her choices. The Sabatov email shocked many. It shocked me too, though I suspected. But past is past. I'm focused on Hawaii expansion and supporting local communities. The interview shifted back to business. Response was overwhelming. Business journals, LinkedIn debates on family sabotage, hundreds of messages from people sharing similar stories. Brooke's career spiraled. Brands distanced from the exposed bully and hypocrite. The wedding meant to crown her became downfall's start. I flew to Hawaii to finalize the new acquisition. Signing papers, I reflected how different life could have been if I believed their limits. Success meant building despite voices saying I couldn't. The podcast went viral, redefining the narrative. Forbes ran The Quiet Millionaire, how Ava Reynolds built an empire while her sister mocked her poverty. Business Insider covered toxic family costs in entrepreneurship. Partnership offers. Speaking invites. Investments flooded in. The Too Poor sister now keynote hospitality conferences and mentored entrepreneurs. Marcus and I were in Hawaii when Patricia Lang from Lang Hospitality Group called. Her portfolio spanned global luxury resorts, places Brooke once aspired to tag. I followed your story. I admire your substance over flash approach. Interested in partnering on East Coast properties. 6 months earlier I'd have stuttered. Now confidence came easy. I'm interested if values align. She laughed. Spoken like a true operator. When can you come to New York? Scheduling? I imagined Brooke's reaction, the dismissed sister meeting industry power. Back in Seattle packing for New York. Preston, no. Ethan. Emailed separately. He apologized for complicity. Blinded by Brooke's image. The wedding revealed her rage and entitlement when challenged. They were in counseling, but he was pessimistic. She prioritized brand recovery over self-reflection. You deserved better. Your success despite us speaks volumes. I read it twice. Closed the laptop without reply. Appreciation came late. He had years to see her clearly. Lisa texted from Palm Haven. A blogger asked if we banned influencer events. Rumor claimed I blacklisted Brooke Circle. I instructed a statement. We welcome respectful guests. Standards apply equally. Flying to New York, I checked the family chat. Dynamics shifted. Brooke's supporters quieted. Relatives shared hidden achievements once downplayed to avoid judgment. Cousin Eric announced his head chef promotion. Previously mocked by Brooke as playing with food. Aunt Carol revealed her craft business grew online despite cute hobby jabs. Brooke's need-to-be-sole success story had suppressed the family. The meeting with Patricia exceeded expectations. We discussed sustainable luxury, employee opportunities, succeeding without diminishing others. What I like most, she said over dinner, is you didn't become like her. Most would destroy her. You let her expose herself. It wasn't revenge, I replied. Boundaries. I protected my work and enforced standards. Her reaction was her choice. She toasted boundaries and partnership. We're going to do great things. Flying home first class. Brooke texted congratulations on the Lang deal via a new number. Hope you're happy taking everything from me. I deleted and blocked. She still misunderstood I took nothing. She lost through her choices. My success was never about her. 3 months after blocking Brooke, I signed partnership papers at Lang Hospitality Group headquarters, becoming partner in prestigious East Coast properties. Marcus stood beside me, Patricia across the table. Lawyers ensuring precision. "Welcome to the big leagues," Patricia said. "Though you've been ready." That evening, Marcus and I celebrated quietly in our new Manhattan two-bedroom with Central Park views. I had finally bought instead of renting. The Camry was replaced by a practical Tesla, not for status, but technology interest.
Marcus said suddenly.
"Check your phone." Notifications flooded. A Business Insider article shared widely. Ava Reynolds partners with Lang Hospitality in multi-million-dollar deal. Comments celebrated from those following the story. Buried among them was an email from Brooke Reynolds. She kept Ethan's last name. "I know you've blocked me, but I need to write this. I've lost everything, followers, deals,
Respect.
Ethan left. Friends vanished with the lifestyle. I'm in a studio in Van Nuys working social media for a small firm unaware of my past. Years building identity on being better than you collapsed when you succeeded, not because of you,
But what it revealed about me.
I was cruel, insecure, small. I dimmed your light fearing mine wasn't enough. I performed success without achieving it. You asked why I changed after LA. You reminded me of the scared Denver girl terrified of never being special. I made you less to feel more. I'm in real therapy now, working on being a person, not persona. I don't expect forgiveness or reply. Just know somewhere in Van Nuys your sister is growing up. Maybe one day, when I'm worth knowing, we can reconnect as equals. Until then, I'm genuinely happy for you. You earned it." I read 3 times. Forwarded to Marcus without comment. "What will you do?" he asked. "Nothing now. She needs this for herself, not reconciliation." He nodded. 6 months later, I delivered my first keynote at the International Hospitality Summit, Building in Silence, the Power of Substantive Success. The packed auditorium resonated with entrepreneurs weary of performance culture. "Success isn't announcements," I said. "It's the work. It's not being seen building. It's what stands when spotlight fades. Sometimes succeeding quietly makes the foundation unshakable." Standing ovation followed. Young women approached sharing stories of family, trying to keep them small, choosing substance over show. A year after the speech, another short email from Brooke. "Saw your keynote. Mom would be proud." "I am too, Mom," and I rebuilt slowly after email revelations, trust broken but apologies genuine.
It would take time.
I didn't reply to Brooke, but kept the email. Growth happens at different paces. Maybe we'd reconnect as sisters someday. Maybe not. Either way, peace settled. Palm Haven remained flagship. Daily reminder: best revenge is no revenge. It's a fulfilling life, forgetting vengeance. The venue where Brooke tried diminishing me became Empire Foundation of Respect. Hard work, quiet determination. Late nights in Manhattan. I thought of the Seattle woman absorbing family jabs at dinners. I wished telling her every dismissal fueled growth. Every humiliation taught who not to be. But she figured it alone. The wedding meant as Brooke's triumph became my emergence, not planned, but truth surfacing on solid ground. I never sought revenge. I refused to shrink. That was enough.